Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News Live, where every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I hit you with the BMX news, just like in the thumbnail. Thank you to Keggy for another awesome thumbnail, but we're here, and we're going to talk about everything that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. With that being said, I forgot one thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, anyways, so before we get into the news, let's shout out some people who were in the chat. We got Josh Shipman saying, happy Friday, let's get out and ride. Hell yeah, I'm excited to ride today, even though it's freaking cold out today. Excited to go do some riding with Sponge today. Also, who else is in the chat? We got Kevin Jackson. Todd is here. Can't wait to see what you're knocking out today. Kyler Anderson, Kyle McDonald, Kevin Zuba, Kyle. Okay, lots of K's in here. Kevin, so many people. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all the members in the chat who are in here already. We got 30 people in here from the start. We got Hey, I'm Kevin, Vic, JR Hobbs, Johnny Cinco, Aaron Moravik is here as well. And with that, I have to give an even bigger shout out and thank you to Aaron Moravik and Champion BMX, who have both sent in $20 super chats. Aaron Moravik, writing them into my little ticker here. Get the thank you ticker going, because I appreciate the support a lot. Boom, there's that. We got Aaron Moravik just sending it in with no message at all. Thank you. And Champion BMX sending it in with a happy Friday, everyone. Buy stuff from Champion. Shill for the week. I'm going back to work. Thank you. If y'all didn't know, Champion BMX mail order out of Washington. So with that, we've got some stuff to get into, and we're gonna go ahead and launch right into the news with one of these here Launch Hydrate drinks. And I'm gonna get started with something that I am so freaking excited about. We have the Woods Room Bike Park officially being announced. They got the building and it's happening. It's freaking happening, everybody. I'm so stoked for it, because it was kind of like up in the air for a little while, thinking it wasn't going to happen with this building and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the story behind that basically was, while I do one thing here very quickly, just so I do not forget. Okay, we're going to toss this in here at the end. But the kind of the story behind this is that they thought they had a building, so they were getting things organized to kind of announce it and put everything out there. And then it got talked about, and then everybody talked about it. And the weekend that it all got talked about and everything went out, like right before that, I went to the actual building and filmed. Where's my mouse? Where is my mouse? My mouse is broken. I went to the actual building and I filmed a couple videos, and then it got talked about everywhere, and then they thought the building fell through. Yeah, so it was like, oh no, it's all over. Then I get a text from Mike Potosny saying they got the building, and here we are. So my video with them, one of them, is going to be coming out either Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. And you can go and follow their Instagram page, which has been blasting off almost 1,000 followers overnight. And then they also have the Indiegogo campaign, which is doing incredible. You can go in here and you can help them. You can buy them a board. You can buy them a sheet. You can stack the deck. You can build a frame. Session or a lesson with a pro. First tracks, meaning like you can go and ride You can also do a bunch of other stuff, but it's awesome that this is happening. Same building or different one that you said fell through. It's the building that fell through. They ended up getting it. It's friggin' awesome. So it's really exciting. Mike is going full force with the social media stuff. They've got a really good group of dudes in there that's making this all happen, and they're in the building now doing it. So we'll see. We're going to hear more. I don't want to say stuff without it being ready to be said publicly, but the fact that this is happening is really cool. And being in this building, it feels like, even though the building's square footage is smaller than the square footage of the original wheel mill building, this building feels bigger because all of that square footage is placed in like much larger condensed areas. Condensed and larger doesn't, oxymoron, but the square footage is more open in big rooms like this room right here. So it's hard to kind of get a picture of it because there's a lot of stuff in here. But this is a gigantic room that's going to be several different things in it. The jump room is way bigger, way taller ceilings. So it's just going to be exciting. I'm really pumped for this. And these guys put the time in, they put the effort in, they refused to give up, and now it's freaking happening. Let's go. So let's keep going here. Next thing, I have this as like in the highlights. I don't know. But Garrett Reynolds posted this week that he is now riding for OnlyFans. Devin Smiley, there's a couple motocross people that do it. I think some mountain bike people that ride for OnlyFans. And rather than have a huge discussion about this right now in here, I'd recorded a BMX After Dark with Jeff Mead, Noah McBride, and Kevin Zuba, and that will be coming out, I think, Sunday. So I have a video coming out at noon after I get done with the news. I will just show you. I filmed a bike check with Maddie Kramer at the Nowhere compound when we were there for the contest, and that video is going to be coming out here in a couple hours. And then Sunday, we're going to talk about OnlyFans. And I'll be honest, the conversation that we had, it doesn't sound like when you say a BMX After Dark talking about OnlyFans with a group of people, it doesn't sound like it's going to be constructive. But honestly, we had a really constructive conversation about this, talking about a ton of nuance and going into both sides for a lot of the different positive viewpoints on this, as well as some of the more critical viewpoints you could have on this. And it was a genuinely good conversation. So I'm happy for Garrett that I'm assuming they're paying him. He's got to be getting something out of this deal. So I'm happy that it's happening. And if you want to hear more feelings beyond that, wait for the podcast on Sunday. Moving on from there, that is not what it's supposed to be. Okay. Well, let me just pull that back up correctly. I'm not exactly sure why that did that. But here's this. All right, so we'll bring this up. Can I close this tab? Yeah, close this tab. So every year there is a Akran BMX Street Jam, and this year's is scheduled for September 14th. And then also they have been requested to attend the Bicentennial Parade in Kenmore on June 7th and some after shows. So it's pretty cool because this is where Curtis's mom is from. And if you don't know what the Akran Street Jam and the Curtis Rodin Memorial Foundation is, it's in memoriam of Curtis, Lil Obama, C-Bands on Instagram. He's He was an amazing rider here in Ohio, passed away, and his mom is keeping his name alive and doing it through this foundation, giving bikes away to kids. And every year they hold the ride out, and it's only gotten bigger and better. Last year I went and there was hundreds of people there. So with that, they've been doing some parades. They'll go and they'll ride in the parade, and it seems like it's caught some attention for how many people and how good of a job they do. So if you can go to this, if you're in the area in Ohio, June 7th, there will be a parade. And then if you want to come to the Street Jam in September 14th will be this Street Jam. It's looking like I don't have anything else going on that I have to be at this point. So I should be able to be there, I hope. And hopefully we'll see you there too. Just wanted to make sure I talked about this. Morning, CB the third. What's up, Wooden Foot? Also, we have the Sandusky Skate Park. This is a grand opening of their brand new skate park. It's happening tomorrow up at the park. Got some people who are going to be there. The Huffy team, I heard, is going to be there, or at least some of the Ohio Huffy people will be there. Skate and bike clinics 12 to 2, ribbon cutting at 2, live music. That's pretty cool. So head up there if you want to. I have some stuff that I unfortunately have to do, so I will not make it to this one, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. What's up, Thunder Midget? Last year, Akran Rideout was sick. So many bikes and some amazing riders. Agreed. Okay, what's next? I see another highlight here. So Chris Rees sent me this. It's a bunch of jams back to back to back that are going on in May. So these are starting. Wow, this is literally in one weekend, which is next weekend, not this weekend. And holy crap. So Friday, May 16th, there's a shop team video premiere at the shop. Then Saturday, there's a jam and ride day at Sam Brannon. I'm assuming that's a skate park. Then Sunday, shop hangout at the bike shop. Again, 50 years of NorCal BMX video premiere plus back-to-back jams. That's pretty awesome. So head out there if you want to. 50 years having a BMX shop is epic. Imagine just being able to set in a line the progression of products like in BMX over 50 years and seeing how things have changed just in what they've sold in that time, as far as the frame geometry and technology of parts and everything that has progressed on a BMX bike in that amount of time. That would be cool to see, and I bet they're like other shops in that they have some stuff that hasn't sold through the years, so you could actually see some of those things. Because I know a couple shops locally here have a bunch of really old stuff because they've been around. I know a bike shop locally here that's been around for like 50 or 60 years, and they have a ton of really old stuff. What's up, Style and Switch? At work, but tuning in. We got 42 people in here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm bringing a bunch of the team guys, so if anyone's around, come hang out. There you go. If you're in NorCal, be there next weekend. So this is when we get into the videos. I just want to say, if you guys see this stuff and you're curious about it, go to their website, link in the description, and BMX30 saves you 30%. Jeff said, building robots today. I think only the Powers Museum is the only thing close to 50 years of stuff. Yeah, it's like a intentional thing. Is that a prime? No, Jeff, it's not. It's the most appropriate BMX named hydration drink launch. Where is it located? It's a bike shop in NorCal, and it was called Van's Bicycle Center, so you'll just have to Google search. 42 people who know the place to be on a Friday morning. That's funny. So getting into the videos from this week, I'm not exactly sure how you say this person's name, so I'm not going to disrespect them by butchering it like I normally do. Out of Yuba City. There you go. This video is called Taiwan's Got It, and if it is crazy spots, then Taiwan's got it. This video is so full of incredible looking spots that you should watch it just to appreciate the spots alone. Champion BMX just sent a super chat that says, if anyone buys a REA frame from Champion, I will give you Brant's for... Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I didn't want to read that. You're not giving away my credit information. You almost got me because I did not read it before reading it. That's funny. My first trip to a local bike shop was in 1984. I saw a Schwinn Predator and it looked so rad. That's cool. So I was talking about the crazy spots in this video. I mean, even there, that was an awesome spot. Bank to sub setup. Look at this. Street transition to sub with clownfish Nemos all over it. Like everywhere you look in this video, look at this fountain. Look at this volcano fountain tire slide. That is incredible. Yeah, watch it for the spots. Just to appreciate those alone. Also, thank you, Kurt Rowell. Even though you tried to swindle me, I appreciate the super chat. We got Chicago? I don't know. Chicago Noble, France? I don't know, but it's out of France. Clement Santos Silva. Good video. Also street focused. And check it out if you haven't heard of this person or whatever any of this means, because I don't know. I laughed out loud on a conference call and got the stare of death from my boss when you read the comment. Well, maybe you should mute yourself. That's what you get. Lux BMX, Renato Rankso relapsed. This video is chock full of incredibly technical riding. So much insane stuff in here that is just on another level technical in its technicality that you should watch it to appreciate that alone. Check it out. It's his Welcome to Lux BMX video as well. Next, we've got one for all the trail dogs out there. We got the Sharp Trails Jeffy Jam 2025. These trails are in South Jersey and they look like fun. A lot of names in here that you'll probably recognize. So if you need some trails to watch this week, because like us here in Northeast Ohio, your trails are underwater because of the amount of rain that we've been getting in this past month and how horribly timed it is, in that it'll dry up for a day and then pour the rain and flood again. You might need your fix. Jeff asked Champion if he has REA bars. We have some REA bars. I think I have Trans Smoke Black and Benetton left. I was presenting while listening to the news in my AirPod in my other ear. Oops. So let's keep going. In one for all of the lip lords out there, we've got Standard Bike's Cinco de Mayo 2025 video. This is a heavy lip trick video. There is a couple jumping tricks in here, but it is all lip tricks other than that, and so much incredible stuff. I mean, the fact that a 360 fry whip over a spine, which is a 360 nose pick whip without putting your feet on anything, your feet just hover. Bobby Altizer did one of those. The fact that that's mid video and not like at the end shows how crazy everything else is too. This is actually a really, really fun video. And I didn't mean to say actually, I was reading Kurt's message in my brain. This is an awesome video. I'll put it that way. Oh wait, I want to watch that. I mean, the lineup of riders in this, it's not listed here, but it is so good. Alex Rohde, Bobby Altizer, Corey Bradley's in here, Nick Harkins, and a couple other dudes, Travis McRae, a couple other people that are slipping my mind right now, but it's incredible. Go watch it. Don't forget, Sunday is Mother's Day. Everyone, Sunday is Mother's Day. If you didn't buy anything for your moms, get out and do it today. Make sure you do it and go hang out on Sunday. That's what I'm doing Sunday. Moving on from there, we have, does the boss do tricks in that video? Yes. Rick does ride in that video. We have our BMX, the middle of nowhere highlights video. Their video is out. Mine will be out next week. I figured I'd talk about this in case you guys wanted to go watch it. Moving on from there, we got Colt ganging them. New team mix out from Colt with a ton of riders in here. Boom. Names you recognize and maybe a couple new names for you. What's up, Paul Gale? Brian Lowry, Missouri boys repping. Hell yeah. Love that. Because Bobby Altizer is the Missouri boy that I know of. There's probably more that are in that crew. And he's incredible. I didn't get a chance to watch all the way through this one, but you know it's going to be good. Colt always makes good videos, and Eddie Cuella does a great job, always. We got more than one person from Ireland in here. That's so sick. Corey is also from Springfield. Gotcha. Oh, he's not from Ireland, but he has a lot of Irish friends. Okay. That counts too, kinda. Next up, we got Davey Osgood in a video called Keep Trying that is 13 and a half minutes of just straight up, raw, insane, technical riding stuff. Some of this stuff in here is stuff that only Davey could do. And you have seen his riding. You know how crazy it is. There's an up rail to, is it called a 540 G-turn? If you come out of a quarter pipe or a box landing or something, do a G-turn and then come back into the same ramp you came off of. He does up rail to that and then lands downstairs. Why am I explaining it? I can literally show you right here. Completely insane. Up rail to nose 360. That's what it is. There you go. It's not a 540 nose, it's a nose 360. Insane. Brant Worldwide Fridays. Let's go. Watch the video. Davey Osgood deserves it and is incredible. Then we've got a game of bike between Kevin Peraza and Jason Watts. I'm not going to lie. I ran out of time before I could watch this one, and I don't want any spoilers. It's almost 24 minutes long. I love seeing games of bike between really well-known and respected pros like this, and this is going to be a crazy one. It has to be insane, because the stuff Jason Watts can do, from his tuck no-hander to nose manual knack-knacks, to the stuff that Kevin Peraza can do, from half cab down whips. Now, Jason Watts can do that too. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy game. I'm excited to see it. Then we get into the interviews portion of this week, where we've got the first one being Tom Marsh from BMX Direct Thailand, and he's talking about how he moved to Thailand and his background on those types of things. It was an interesting interview. I think anybody could be interested in this and learn a little bit about Thailand and some people who are there. Just learning about cultures in other places and people who just ride there is cool. What's up, Paul James? Next up, we got S&M Bikes Mad Dog 2022 frame promo for the big dogs. So there's a 22-inch Mad Dog frame where you can hear about this frame and potentially buy one if you want one. Gives you the rundown. Cole Volker and Parker Dumas. Take them out for a run around the neighborhood. Different colors. They're available now. Then we've got checking in with Killian Roth from Source BMX. Going through some secret project stuff he's working on with Source as far as a product that's coming goes. They go out and ride, and there was something else in here, but I forget what it was. It's a good video. You see insight into someone you may be a fan of. That is always fun when you get to make that personal connection and learn a little bit more about them beyond just the crazy rail rides that this dude does. I love that. So check it out. Then we've got a bike check from Courage Adams. Learn what he's riding on his bike. And he builds it up throughout the video. CB the Third says, 22 is cool. I feel like you'd have to be huge to ride one properly. I use mine to blast the local corner store, hit the trails, and occasionally cruise the bowl at the local park. Bro, is your fire alarm beeping? No, that would be some crickets. They're the mascot of BMX News, and I thought I got rid of them, but apparently not, because this microphone still picks them up. Let me make sure this is the right microphone. Yep, it is. So I have no idea. Nice cricket emoji from the Whirly fam. I like that. I didn't even realize that was a thing. So check that out if you want to see what Courage Adams is riding on his bike. Moving on from there, I did a podcast. My mouse died again. Let's see if I can skip through this ad here. I'm just going to let it go. Skip it. I did a podcast with Sebastian Seabass Fowler, who is currently in the middle, not in the middle, he's almost to the end of riding a BMX bike across the entire United States from San Diego, California to New York City. And when he was in Ohio last weekend, I drove down, met up with him. We recorded this podcast and a bike check that I will be releasing hopefully at the end of next week. I don't know. I got a lot of videos to release, but it will come out soon. We talk about what's on his bike in the bike check, but in the podcast, we talk about so much stuff. And it is crazy how difficult that this has to be. And through this process, he took a huge detour, which landed him on Kill Tony. If you don't know what Kill Tony is, it's a comedy podcast with a really cool concept. It's massive, gets millions of people watching it. And the one that he ended up on was the Netflix one, the first ever Kill Tony on Netflix. And he ends up on it talking about BMX across America. And it's pretty insane. He also told me at some point that his wristband was number 69, and the podcast that from with me that he is on is also number 69. How crazy is that? So go listen to this. It was genuinely a really good conversation, and I think you'll enjoy it. The stars were aligned. True. Jeff says Bass needs a nap. He looks mighty tired. He is definitely going to take a well-earned rest whenever he is done. So go listen to that. Next up, we have, the events from this week. Let's go. Let me pull up, where's Time BMX app? There it is. All right, so pull up my phone. The Time BMX app. We see Huck Karinsky on here, which I haven't seen Huck in the chat today. He must have missed the news. But Huck is on the app. You can see it's got a social media aspect to it, where you can post videos as well as pick favorite places to go ride and events that you're going to be going to, which look, he's going to be in Fils Montpellier in France later this month. Speaking of events, let's go talk about the events. So there's an events calendar where you can click on, freestyle, race, flatland, dirt jump, or pump track. Let's go into freestyle here, give you a rundown on the events going on through the rest of this month. So we have International BMX Freestyle Cup in Paraguay going down tomorrow. Then we got Masters of Dirt in Stuttgart, Germany, that's on Sunday. Then we've got Monster Recon Tour Round 1 in Longview, Texas, going down next weekend. And before I move any further, also next weekend is the Alliance BMX Jam, which Caleb Oney hosts here in Ohio. Always a really good time, and I'm excited for that. So if you're in Ohio, go to that jam. Then we got Unity BMX Ride Jam in Arizona the 17th, Masters of Dirt, Hamburg in Germany the 17th, then Nebraska BMX Freestyle Series Round 3 going down the same day. Then the USA BMX Freestyle Digital State Series, the round 3 of that starts up the 18th and goes through the 25th. Then we have me taking a drink. On the 24th, we have the Out for Dust Jam in Germany. followed by Masters of Dirt Dortmund, also in Germany that same day. Heard the Masters of Lip Lords / Break Brethren / Coping Cops is being held at Worcester Skate Park this month. Yo, you just informed me. I didn't even know that. We have Feast Montpellier going down the 28th through June 1st. Rumble in Richmond the 31st of May. And then Masters of Dirt Berlin also the 31st of May. And just in case I missed it, Masters of Dirt Dortmund is going down the 24th in Germany. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that though. So yeah, those are the events going on for the rest of this month. There's some events in California that I already talked about that are not in this app. So if you have an event, make sure you go into the Time BMX app and put it in here, because everybody always asks, like, how do you keep up on events? Well, an app like this one is a great way to do that. And the more people who use it, the better it's going to be, and the more stuff you can make sure you don't miss. So with that, they have this map. I always show in the news this map where you can find skate parks, bike parks, pump tracks, BMX tracks, bike shops, everything BMX related. It has on this map as many of them as they can list, and you can submit your own to be added on there if it's not. And I always ask for an exotic location in the world to pull up a skate park in. What is this in the middle of the ocean? What even is this? Puerto Ayora? Did I pull this up before? What is this? Skate park? Yo! It doesn't get more exotic, out in the middle of the ocean, riding beside a giant satellite dish on a park that looks incredible. Holy crap. Dude, this park looks amazing. It's got awesome ledges. It's got an A-frame with a hub on it. Another like rail setup with some ledges. Bunch of stuff on the other side. A bowl. Yo, this park looks awesome. And this is somewhere in the middle of the friggin' Pacific Ocean. How nuts. Right off the coast of Ecuador. Not right. It's far off the coast of Ecuador. And if you guys in the chat want to give me a crazy location somewhere in the world, I'll pull up a skate park from there. Before we talk, and actually while I wait on you guys to give those, I'll talk about more BMX hashtag. There is a hashtag on Instagram where you can use and I can see your stuff. And we have Danny Rumpel, Midwest Shredder, used it this week. And also, if you tag me, it'll be easier for me to find it. Taking bets if the hashtag works. True. Very true. Danny kills it. First time I ever saw him, he was doing front flips and cliffhangers over a giant box jump. So there's that. Then we have Adam Ortiz. He sent me a couple things this week. This was my favorite. Him doing some flatland. We see lots of pictures on his Instagram, but not as much videos. And here's a video of him getting his first infinity roll bar spin. Look at that. Landing it perfectly. Pretty sick. Hell yeah, Adam. Then Presley is always using the More BMX hashtag in his posts. So here he is at Alliance Skate Park. This is the back little skate park section of the Alliance Park where the jam will be at next Saturday. So there's a little preview of the park. Presley out there killing it. Caleb back there in the background. So there's some more you can see. More street style setup there. Spine, box jump, wedge to wedge jump, big quarter, down to small quarter. Lots of stuff here to ride. What do we got? Bushy Park in Dublin, Canary Island in Spain. Ooh. Let's check out the Canary Islands in Spain. Let's see, Spain. Where are the Canary Islands? Are these the Canary Islands? I'm going to have to Google search Canary Islands. No, they're... Wait, that's Spain? They're not even close to Spain. Interesting. Let's see. So it's on the other side, way down here. And there is actually stuff to ride here. So first I'm going to pull up this pump tracker skate park thing. Or BMX track. Yeah, it's a BMX racetrack. That's pretty cool. Not much to see there, but it exists, which is awesome. Now here is the skate park. Skate park Maspalomas. Dang. This park looks sick too. All these ledges and rails and unique setup here. Look at that. You just figure out unique things to do on that. They got what looks like an open-ended bowl as well. Thanks for hanging out, Aaron. I appreciate your support always, and we'll see you next Friday. I'm here for JR. JR Hobbs. Let's go. Thank you, JR, for whatever you did. Look at this. That reminds me of Akron Skate Park's Hubba Pyramid setup. But this park looks really cool. And look at this graffiti. So well done. Let's see. Yeah. And look at the setting. It just looks beautiful. That would be fun. Now that's art. That is art. Look at that. Pretty cool. So real quick, before we wrap it up, let me see. J.R. Hobbs sent in his post from the week. Hold up. Bring this back. Where is it? Is it this? It's this. Boom. Inside foot jam to bar spin from the J.R. Hobbs. David, you sweet thing, you. Canary Islands is a great place to spend a few weeks on holiday. Nice. JR kills it. Anybody who's got whip to foot jam whips on lock like he does, I'm a fan. So there it is. The more BMX hashtags of the week. Just kidding. We've got another one, folks. We've got Kevin Zuba coming in hot. Rolling up a mulch pile to tire grab, fakie back down. That is freestyle. Ooh, roll up to tuck no hander to fakie back down. Is there a tag in here that I'm missing? Okay, so Kevin just tagged something. Kevin's rad. As freestyle as it gets. Canary dog was the best dog I ever had. Interesting. I never heard of that. Presa Canario canary dog was the best dog I ever had. What does that mean? Oh, it's a breed of dog. Just so you guys can understand what I'm talking about, it's that. Looks like a cool dog. There it is, folks. BMX news. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's get rid of this creepy spray paint art. And hopefully we'll see some of you guys next Saturday at the Alliance BMX Jam. And check out the Time app to make sure you keep up to date on what's going on and submit your own local events to it as well so other people can know about it. That being said, launch 30% off if you want to try it. It's genuinely really good and it's a good for you hydration drink. So we'll see you guys next Friday, and I will have a video up shortly of Matty Kramer and his bike check. Can you gift some of them bars, please, Brant? I might do another giveaway for Nowhere bars in the future. You just gotta stay tuned. Don't know. With that, see you guys. Have a good day.